Uh, hey, so if you guys did not know, I saw Milk live, 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. I also got to meet them for the first time, which was incredible. I don't know exactly where to start. I guess I'll just start from, like, the beginning, I guess. So before, like, we actually left, the whole day before we actually left and everything, I was like panicking internally, but I tried myself not panic as so much, and I forced myself to like build a house in Minecraft because I was kind of like, you need to chill, you need to chill yourself. But it worked for a bit, but it stopped working after we actually started getting to the place. Me and my sister took me, and I was so shook that it was actually happening. Like, I remember when we were only a few minutes away, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was dying internally because I thought they were already there, but they weren't. So when we got to Paula's house, we just hung out for a few minutes and talked to a few people, and I did. I tried my best, but I was just really awkward, and I didn't talk super much while I was there. Feel guilty about, but I was just so shook and surprised that I didn't talk that much, which makes me sad, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just sad that I didn't really talk that much. I wish I talked more. Feel a bit guilty about that. I remember when they got there, I was like, and I saw John driving, and he was smiling and waving at us, and I was like, "Hi!" And he almost hit me, actually, which was great. And at first, when I first saw them, I could not stop staring because I was kind of like, "Oh, hi, you're real." And like, I really wanted to get to know Jack and John more since I don't know them as a person that much, as they're not online as much. I only really know Pat, but I didn't get too much down, which stinks quite a bit. So like, Pat is definitely my favorite of the three, even though I love them all very much. But Pat is just my baby. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird how someone you're a huge fan of knows who you are. They followed you back. It's really weird, but it's cool. But it's also crazy. Like, I remember when Pat walked out of the minivan. I immediately knew who was him because I knew he was the tallest one. I saw his hat. I saw him pop out, and I was like, "Hi, I love you." Well, I didn't say anything. I just stared. You probably saw me. I just stared. I was like, "Hi." I talked to him a few times, quite a few times while I was there, which was awesome. I remember I talked to him a few times before the show actually started, and I was so shook when he responded to me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, hello! I love you." The show was supposed to be in the backyard, but it started raining, so we just did it in their living room instead, which was lit. But it was really fun. And I recorded a bit of the sound check for some reason. I don't understand why I did that. But I remember I recorded a bit of the sound check, and I didn't realize that my sister's phone was on. My sister's phone volume was on. Yeah, and it played for a few seconds twice, and everyone looked at me, and it was great. But the show in general was amazing, and I loved it. But what was truly amazing was after the show. We all just hung out in the backyard, took photos together and stuff, and it was awesome. I got to talk a bit more with some people. I tried my best anyways. Talked to a few people I knew online for the first time in real life, which was pretty neat, and it was pretty cool. Is uh I know this is really gonna make me cry because it makes me cry every time I think about it. It's just I love the way Pat looked at me each time I talked to him. Because he looked at me like in such love, and he didn't look at anyone else like the way he looked at me, and it just made me feel so happy and loved. And I know from his look in his face when he looked at me, I know he genuinely loves me back, and it makes me so happy. I'm gonna cry again. It just makes me so happy that he genuinely loves me back, and that he genuinely knows who I am. He knows that I'm journeying, and like, sure, I'm super paranoid that I annoy them all the time, but the fact that I know that they genuinely love me too is because they know who I am. They genuinely love me for me because they know who I am. Makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy. It really does. I know might, I know I might be overreacting, but it just makes me so happy that they genuinely know who I am and love me back. And not just because I'm a fan, it's because they genuinely know who I am, and it makes me so happy. And I miss them so much. It's only been a few days, but I miss them so much. I miss their hugs. I miss their faces. I miss the way Pat looks at me because it makes me feel so at home. And honestly, I'm thinking about it, and honestly, he's like a brother to me at this point. I'd say that he was a friend of mine. Honestly, I feel like he's a brother, like a brother to mine at this point. Like, I see him as a brother figure at this point. I just love him so much. I haven't even known of them for a year, and I already love them this much. They're just such great people, and they have great music, and I'm so glad I learned about these amazing men, because they changed my life in an amazing way, and they made that night, well, probably the best night of my life. And Director of Introverts was amazing too, but it was a bit overwhelming since there were so many people. But there were only like 16 fans there. I tried to count. I'm probably incorrect, but I tried my best to count. And there was only about 16 of us, and it was like just chill. It was like a little party in a way, and it just felt awesome. And I miss hugging them. I want to hug them again, especially Pat. And I was able to tell them I love them in real life. And Pat told me he followed me back because I was a real homie and how I was loyal. And I love I love Pat so much. I really do. I just love him so much. And the fact that I know he truly loves me back, not because I'm a fan, because he knows who I am and he loves me for who I am, makes me so happy. And I miss him. I wish that night never ended because that night was probably one of the best nights of my life. Because it was just so fun and chill, and everyone was just so nice to each other, making sure everybody's pictures and stuff looked okay. And dang it, I feel snot coming out of my nose because since I'm crying. I knew I was going to cry. It's just, I love him so much. I love Pat so much. I never cried over one person this much. Not even Sean. So it's like, they're special to me. They're really important. I don't know why they're this important to me. I've never felt this, I don't know. I never cried this much over anyone before. And it's like, in a good way. It's never like happiness, I think. I don't know. It's a good emotion, I know that for sure. Because it just makes me so happy. He truly knows who I am and truly loves me. And it just makes me so happy. But he knows that I'm journeying and he knows who I am. It just makes me so happy. And he followed me back because he said that I was like a true homie and really loyal. And I just love him and I miss him and I want to hug him again. And I don't want to ever let go. He's bigger brother than me. I know that might be overreacting or like saying a lot or something, but I don't know. I love Pat Killoran so much. I joked with him quite a bit at the show, and it made me so happy. Like, I blurt out jokes a lot. It's just kind of how I am, and I loved the way he looked at me, so I wanted to look at me as much as I could, probably being too weird or something, and everything. I don't know. And I realized after the show that my laugh was very loud and distinct and obvious that it was me, which is a bit embarrassing, but I mean, it's fine, I guess. I didn't mean, I guess, I don't know, it's weird. My laugh changes a lot. The louder my laugh is, the happier I am, and my laugh was really loud. I was just so happy that all that was happening. I was so genuinely happy. And I was shaking so much before, but when I was able to actually start meeting them, I was stopped shaking. My palms were still a bit sweaty, but when I was finally able to meet them and talk to them, I felt much more better. Because at first I was just super nervous and like, what am I supposed to say? You know, because I was just like, oh my gosh, I really what I do. And I just was that night so much. That night was just amazing. I'm so glad I went. And I remember that, like, the day after when I woke up, Mom told me how she had emailed Pat, being the paranoid mom she is, asking if it was all legit, and how he replied pretty much right back, saying that it was legit, and he was sweet about it. I just love him. Such an amazing person. I'm so glad I found this amazing band. I'm so glad I was able to meet them. I'm so glad I was able to find them because they changed my life in the best way possible, and I love them so much. I can't imagine my life without them. I love them so much. I love them so much. I really do. And I'm gonna be so embarrassed if one of them sees this. Especially Pat. I feel guilty because, I don't know, I just don't. I love Jack and John really do, but I don't really know who they are as a person, so I don't feel as close to them as I do with Pat. I just feel like I know Pat so well because he's actually active on social media and stuff, and I feel like I actually know him more. The only things I really know about Jack and John is that Jack doesn't have an iPhone and he has a dog that he really loves, and that John is a photographer. That's the only things I truly know. But I have a feeling John is probably like the most mature of the three. He just gives off that vibe. And I found so realized something funny. Me and Jack are basically pretty much the exact same height, which I found pretty funny. I miss I miss everyone there in general. I don't miss just Pat and the rest. I miss everyone there. I didn't get to talk to or know everyone that well really at all, but I just miss everyone there because everyone was just so awesome, kind, and sweet, and it was just amazing. It was probably the best night of my life. And I remember that I messaged the band some of these thoughts, and they replied, and I just I missed that night so much. And I hope that I didn't make them feel awkward when I saw that or something, or I thought I overreacted. I like one of their biggest fears is that I annoy any of them because I love them so much and I feel like I might annoy them in a way, so I panic. I don't know. I'm just panicked that my autism is being crazy at times when I reply to them and stuff. And I don't want to do that. I don't want them to think I'm really weird and block me or something, because that would make me just depressed. I don't know. I just missed that night. It was probably the best night of my life. I'm so glad my sister took me. I just feel bit guilty because she just stood there while I was doing everything, hanging out with everyone, and she just stood there in the corner because she didn't know anyone or anything, and she doesn't even really listen to Milk. I've forced her to listen to a few songs, but she doesn't generally listen to them, which makes me frustrated. I'm like, come on, you need to listen to them. They're amazing. And also, he and I got the tour shirt, and they signed the shirt. And I just miss the way Pat looked at me. It makes me feel so happy. It makes me feel so at home. The way he looks at me, and in the picture of me with them, he looks so happy to meet me, and it makes me so happy. I love him so much. He looks like he was so excited to meet me, and it makes me so happy. Like he truly is excited to meet me because he knows who I am, and he truly loves me. It just makes me so happy, you know. I don't care if my mutuals don't really know what Milk is. I love them. I don't care if they're a small band. They deserve so much more. I want them to become popular. I want to hear them on the radio. It made me feel so happy and proud of them, and I'd be so happy for them because I just love them so much, and I just want them to be more because they deserve it. Their music is generally amazing, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should stop. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I don't want to become Markiplier. And I don't know if I'm an ugly crier or not. If I am, I don't want to cry on camera. But yeah, that night was just incredible. I just hope I don't make them feel embarrassed or something, or they feel weird. I don't know. I feel like that I annoy them a bit, and I don't mean to whatsoever. I love them so much. I would never want them to think negatively of me, but at the same time, I could tell and Pat's eyes he genuinely was super excited to meet me. So I'm gonna start crying again, just thinking and talking about the fact that I know Pat was genuinely super excited to meet me because it just makes me so happy about that fact. And when I think or talk about that, it makes me start crying. So I should stop. And the thing is, I'm not even a huge crier, and I'm just so shocked I'm crying this much over one simple thing. I don't usually cry. I've never been a huge crier. I usually don't cry much. But this is the one thing that's making me cry over this fact is making me cry over and over and over. If I think or talk about it. Like the way he looked at me, or the fact that I could tell in the picture with him that he was genuinely super excited to meet me. Or what he said to me. Yeah, I just want to hug him again. I never let go. I don't know if I sound really weird, but I don't know. It's just crazy that he's become so much to me. It hasn't even been a year since I decided to listen to their music. He's already become like a brother figure to me. It's crazy how people can mean so much to you so quickly. And if you ever decide to look up a small band, you should, because what from I've learned from becoming a fan of them, especially them, of course. If you want to listen to a small band, please listen to them. But if you become a fan of a small band, I've learned from them that it's one of the best experiences you could ever experience because they can generally probably will get to know who you are. Well, I'm talking about small artists or small band, either or. It's like one of the best experiences you'll ever have. I've learned, and I'm so glad I was able to experience it, especially with this band, because this is one of the best experiences I've had to become a fan of this amazing band and these amazing people. And I love them so much. I don't even really know much about Checker John, but I love them so much. I feel guilty because I don't even know them that well, and I want to know more about them. But I don't want to be like, I need to know everything about you. I just want to get to know more of them as a person. But they're not active. I don't want to force them to do anything, you know. So it makes me makes so it makes me love Pat more because I know more of him as a person, and I love his character in general, and I love him in general already. So it makes my love for him even more amplified, and I love him more than the rest of the two, and it makes me feel really guilty about that. But I just love him so much. He's like a brother to me, and I love him so much. I don't know. I don't know if this is really weird for me to say, but I don't know. He's just like a brother to me. And being a fan of a small band is one of the best things I've decided to do. And I'm so glad I was able to do it. And I'm so glad for them to become bigger in the future. And I'm so excited to hear them play on the radio one day. If they do, I'm just gonna fall down and cry. And I would be so proud and happy for them. And what makes me a bit nervous is that what if they don't stay humble? I doubt, I don't know, it's weird. If they, I'm pretty sure they'll become popular because they deserve it and they have great music in general and they're great people in general. But, I'm just nervous. What if one day, if they do become popular, what if they are not humble anymore and they turn into a bad band? Something I'm nervous about. I don't know. I'm just paranoid over things. But, yeah. That was one of the best nights of my life. And I miss it so much and I wish it never ended. And Pat, Jack, John, if you see this, I'm sorry about my weirdness. I'm sorry if I didn't know you. I'm so sorry if I do. I never mean to. I blame how dumb my autism can be. My autism just makes me more crazy about things. It makes me more obsessed with things, I've realized. And I feel a bit guilty about that. I feel like I probably do annoy them, and it makes me feel guilty because I don't want to. But hey, I know for sure that they do love me as well, so. And I hugged them like 3 times because I could, I just felt so happy, and I miss them so much. I should probably stop rambling about that night. I don't know if I already said this, but I actually cried on the way home, and I feel and my sister's just like, "Are you okay?" I asked her, "Am I overreacting?" And she's just like, "Just a bit." I'm like, "Thanks." I'm glad that me and sister are so close. I know it's weird that for your big sister that's 28 to be this, but she's honestly become one of my best friends. And it's a long story, but she was supposed to be with me every week. But I just feel like we've come more closer than we ever have been. We've been really close ever since we were younger. We've always been really close, but since I've matured a lot more, we've gotten so much more closer, I think, which I really love. I'm glad that me and my big sister have such a big bond. We've always been really close, but we've gotten even closer. ever since I've gotten a bit older and matured. You understood things. And okay. I'm gonna talk a little bit about today, I guess now. Um, so today me and my sister went out basically all day. I guess kind of had like a small girls' day, which was awesome. We went to the mall, looked around a little bit. Mainly was there for Hot Topic, but we went to the mall and looked around the stores and stuff. And we went to the Spencer's, and she was like, "Yeah, that's the adult section." I looked over and I was like, "Is that what figures? I saw sex toys." I was like, "Oh my god, okay, let's just go." So after that, we went to KFC for dinner because I love KFC. And by the way, their lemonade is the best. It's so good. If you've not had their lemonade, you must. It's heavenly. And after that, we had Pelican snowballs. They make snow cones, and they're so good. I went quite used to go a lot a few years ago before we moved over here to one more closer to where I used to live with um an old friend of mine, and we used to go there all the time. Like it was like a place where you went a lot. It's a really cool. It's a really good place. Like they have make really good snow cones, and they're cheap. It's good. Like we got 2 snow cones, and it was only $5. But it's also really good. It's like really good. And then we went home. Yeet. I got I got a few pins. I'm gonna get a disco shirt and a pride shirt. Yee. Oh yeah, today was fun. The Milk House show was a lot more fun though. Tonight was really fun. It was really fun. Me and my sister just kind of hanging out. But that night was probably the best night of my life because it was just so fun. And I loved it. It was so fun. I missed that day so much. Because it's only been 2 days. I miss it so much. I really do. I guess I'm gonna stop rambling now. Well, thank you, Paula, for hosting the show in general and making that the best day of my best night of my life, and for the actual guys that performed that I got to meet that day. You guys are amazing. I love you. Deserve more. I hope you become famous one day, and I hope I hear you on the radio one day as well. I better hear because you better become famous one day because you deserve it 1,000,000%. I already tweeted at you guys saying I love you, but I'm saying I love you again. I say I love you like every second to them. I'm just like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Sorry, I don't know. That's how I show my love. I just say I love you 1,000,000 times. I mean, one of the very few things I was able to say to Dan and Phil was I love you. So, yeah, that's my video. I'm sorry for crying. Okay. Hi. Jeez, my nose is still sniffling and stuff from my crying. Great. I love crying. Okay. Yeah. I'm bad at YouTube and recording. I blame being a teenager. So yeah. Boy, I best missed the best night of my life. Okay, bye.